in a place and time where our children are guaranteed to go to jail, but they're not guaranteed to be educated. We're living in a time and place where our children, even though they may be a victim of a crime, where this irresponsible media will go out and put their mugshot on television and show them on television in handcuffs, even though charges may have been dropped. We're living in a time where our children are looking for us for leadership and begging, but we're being so overworked and so overstressed that we are losing the priority of educating our own children at home before they leave the house. We're living in a time and place where our children are not going to college, and black universities and black colleges are being shut down because of lack of funding, but the prison industrial complex is going up because there's always room for black men in jail, the new slavery in Pennsylvania. So we're at a point now where we have to stand up and rise up and be consistent in what we do. We're having marches all over the country, but the violence is not stopping. The violence is increasing because frustration has increased. The only way to get rid of frustration is to do something about it, and we need to come together first as a people and as a community and let humanity see that we're no longer going to be the whores and the bitches on television, and we're no longer going to be the thugs and the gangsters on television. We must first tell our artists to clean up their act. We must choose the right role models for our children. And let me say this, I am disappointed that the NFL has used our brothers as scapegoats for how they're going to clean up their image. Why don't they talk about the schools that these brothers came out of? You allowed them to lift weights and run and jump and throw that ball on a modern day plantation, but you did not allow them to be educated as men with moral standards and great spirituality. We need to stop throwing our people under the bus every time the media wants to say something needs to change. We've been needing change for the past 450 years. Well, I'm going to be the change that I want to see. We're living at a time now where we got to stop playing Jesus and be Jesus. We got to live in a time where we got to stop playing Muhammad and be Muhammad. How you go to this church but you don't talk to this when it goes to that mosque? How we so divided as a people, and then we wonder why nothing changes? Then we want to talk about police brutality. Why don't we talk about these prosecutors and judges? No, you shouldn't be bringing more charges up on Leon Ford because the young man should have never been shot. I don't have to go to Ferguson when I'm ducking right here in Homewood. We as a people talk about voter education. You better start voting for the prosecutor and the judges. A one-term judge in Pittsburgh serves longer than a two-term president of the United States. And he's sentencing our boys to 20, 30, life in prison, where white folks go and get treatment, and they get to go and get some mental health days. And we don't get that. Go ahead. I know y'all won't report this media, but here you got some black people who want something different. Why don't you start by changing the image that you put out of us? I don't represent myself. I represent the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, who said back in the 80s to stop the killing. But we don't want to listen to a wise warner among our people. We have to start treating each other different. Don't tell me that we ain't in slavery when you can give a slave a gun and he'll go shoot another slave. But he won't shoot the one who made him a nigga. He'll shoot the one who calls him a nigga out of a term of endearment. We gotta love our people. And the only way we're going to change this is we got to practice the art of forgiveness toward one another. If your brother got killed, unfortunately, we can't bring him back, but we can bring in the spirit of forgiveness to rise up on, so that the love of our people is a more priority than you getting back at a Negro that don't have the power to change your life. It's time for a new day. My Christian family, I love you. My Muslim family, I love you. My nationalist family, I love you. And we need to get together in Pittsburgh and have a quarterly revival of love among the religions so that we can change as a people. Let's get this march started and march out peace as we go ahead. May God bless you as I greet you.
We can just have everybody line up where the police are. We're going to get this walk started.